Hey Geminis, welcome back. I'm here with your reading for mid-August to the end of August. I've already pulled your oracle cards. Get into those in just a minute. I'll pull a general spread, a love spread, looking at you and the person you're dealing with. Not always does the person that you're dealing with represent someone that you're actually dealing with. It sometimes, in some of the readings, especially this month, have actually talked about, yes, someone you're going to be dealing with, but kind of what they're going on right now. So even if you're single, stay around for that. And then we'll pull some advice. Just a reminder, this is general, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And if you'd like to be notified of future readings, hit the like and subscribe button, and let's get into it. All right, we have Three of Swords in the reverse to start off with. We have Five of Coins in the reverse. We have a beautiful little worm. Take care of yourself. We have the Gossamer Princess. Communication, relationship, work to be done. And then we have a new start is coming with the new moon. So overall, moving past the heartbreak, no longer feeling abandoned. Healing yourself. I do feel like with these two cards here, though, this whole fairy card that's talking about relationship work and communication work, I feel like you're doing it, you're working on the relationship with yourself. You're focusing on yourself. You've healed, or you're still in the process of healing. You're almost done. You've done most of the work. And so you're just focusing on yourself. Like I said, that relationship you have with yourself. And there is a new start that is coming. All right, this was, it was pretty to the point, so I can sit and talk about it for a few minutes, but when the cards are to the point, they're to the point. They have been this month for most of the signs. They've been pretty direct, pretty blunt, no really having to dig too deep into them. So let's see what your general looks like. All right, general, what is Gemini's focus, obstacle, advice, and most likely outcome from mid to end of August? You are the last sign to come up, so if you want to check your other houses, you can go check those videos out. Get more information on those. If you're wanting to cross watch, all those signs are up as well. All right, so Gemini. Mid to end of August. All right. All right, Queen of Swords as your focus, sorry. We have the Six of Wands as your obstacle, Knight of Swords as your advice, and then we have the Nine of Swords coming up as your most likely outcome. However, overall, you are trying to get in touch with your intuition, trying to probably distinguish more between your intuition and your ego. You're just, because on this side of the card, it's like you're here talking to the High Priestess, like wanting, asking answers maybe, or trying to get into this hall of knowledge or whatever that's behind her. If it was back here, it's already saying you're already in. You are already listening to your intuition. So this side's saying, there's still some work to be done. And I feel like that's what you're working on. That communication card that came up talking about relationship work, since I do think it is a relationship with yourself that you are trying to work on, I do feel like you are, you're doing a lot of spiritual work, or at least trying to tap into your intuition. So that's a great object and, goal to have, to be more in tune with your intuition. All right, overall though, you are the Queen of Swords, but you are in the reverse, not the reverse, the backside. So you are very cut off. You have a wall up. You're very cold. maybe to one person in particular, or it could be that you're just kind of like trying to do all this work, trying to, you know, focus on yourself, and so you kind of cut the world off or cut certain people off around you. We do have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, you're cut off because you're, you know, you're still healing. You're still coming back from the Ten of Swords. You had the Five of Coins and the Three of Swords. You know, as your overall, somebody hurt you. Something hurt you, all right? And it wasn't like puppy love if it was a relationship. It wasn't, whatever it was, it, you know, it took its toll on you. And that's why you're cut off right now. That's why you're being, to the world around you, you may be seeming like you're being very cold, but you're not. I feel like you're just healing here. You're just, you know, trying to heal from all these swords in your back, you know. And we have the Six of Wands here as your obstacle, all right? So you want success, all right? So success and healing and moving forward is what I'm feeling like. However, you have the Three of Cups here, so there may be people around you that are kind of preventing you from moving forward, from being successful, from because the Six of Wands is talking about victory, but it's showing up in your obstacle. So while yes, there is victory here, there's people around you that may be getting in the way, which is why you're here. All right, I just feel like you've kind of had enough, and I think you have identified who or what. Doesn't always have to be who, but whatever this is, it could be, you know, you going out and partying too much, whatever. I don't know that I feel like that's really what the case is, because it's been a pretty heavy reading so far. So I don't feel like you've been out partying, but there may be people that have been kind of impeding your progress, all right, getting in the way. Your most likely advice is to keep on going, all right? You have the Knight of Swords here. It's not the easy side of the Knight of Swords, all right? Let me pull a clarifier. Seven of Swords, yeah. Wouldn't want to say that someone's being sneaky and manipulative maybe, but I keep hearing somebody's pulling the wool over your eyes, all right? And I feel like this is going right back into this obstacle right here. Somebody or something is getting in your way. Somebody or something is manipulating the situation. And I don't like to say you have someone that's kind of sabotaging you. I never really like to have that in these kind of readings, but when these cards do show up with all of the cards that have been out, I have to say someone or something around you is preventing you from moving forward. And look at this Knight of Swords. He's in the middle of clouds. He can't see where he's going, which way's up, which way's down. Not the side where he knows where he's going, all right? So I do feel like someone or something is making it very difficult for you to move forward, all right? So just be aware of that. I do feel like you may be aware of that, because why else would you have already cut communication off with probably the world? And that's probably why you're trying to tap into your intuition, into your gut, and try and figure out, you know, exactly what's going on. You do have the Nine of Swords here as your most likely outcome. Not the best outcome card, obviously, but I do see good things here. You do have the Ten of Swords here as, you know, that came up as your focus. So you're trying to heal from these Ten of Swords. So we've gone all the way back down to a 9. So yes, you still have a lot of fears, a lot of anxieties about moving forward, but I do feel like you have lost a sword. And I say moving backwards, but in a good way, not necessarily really moving backwards. I see that, you know, you are working on these swords one at a time. You know, there's still a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety here. And a lot of it's in your head, and I feel like you know that. And I'm not saying that it's not real or anything like that, but this card is saying that you are in your head a lot about this, worrying about these, lots of sleepless nights. This isn't a good energy to be in. but I feel like you are taking one of these swords at a time. You know, it's kind of like overwhelming to tackle them all. So it's like, you know what? You know, we started with the 10 of swords. I'm going to take one of these swords and deal with them so I don't have, you know, that's one less problem I have to worry about. That's too many cards. So I do feel like that's what you're working on, and you're doing some soul searching while you're in the process, you know, again, connecting with your intuition, and working through these. But I do feel like this is kind of a solo journey that you are doing on your own. Whew. Gemini. This is a heavy reading. However, I say that, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I do feel like you are doing what you need to do to move past it. But, you know, you're putting in the work so you can move forward, you know, so you can move past the heartbreak, which I don't feel like you're as heartbroken as you were. You are moving forward. You are healing from that. You're not feeling abandoned. Instead, you are taking your focus and just taking it inward. And we all have times in our lives that we have to do that. So let's see what your overall energy is in love for mid to end of August. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. It does not surprise me at all. You are not really working or collaborating with anybody at the moment. You're not, there's no teamwork here. You're just kind of, like I said, you're kind of solo. You're very cut off from anybody and everybody right now, I feel like. The person you're dealing with, Two of Cups in the reverse. Like I said in the beginning, when I do these relationships or spreads, and even if you're not dealing with someone, sometimes it shows the person from the past, what they're going on. You know, sometimes I get that energy. But for a few of the signs, this, especially for, I keep looking at my book, but, you know, that's where I have my signs in my list. So that's what I'm looking at over there. But it's not always the person that you know. It could be the person that you're going to meet, and, you know, kind of what they're going through right now. You have the Two of Cups here coming up as the reverse for them. So this could be the person from the past. It could be someone that you're dealing with, you know, that you may be dealing with in the future. You know, they may be going through a breakup as well. Not as well, because I don't feel like you're going through a breakup. I feel like that's come and gone. You're working on the healing. So let's pull some more cards and see what's happening. All right, we have the Empress, Two of Swords, Eight of Swords in the reverse though, so that's good. Nine of Cups, Four of Swords, the Star, Six of Pentacles, Five of Wands in the reverse, Five of Swords in the reverse, King of Cups, the Magician in the reverse, Eight of Wands in the reverse. Overall, between the two of you, Nine of Cups in the reverse. No action or offers, or, you know, just no actions being taken right now to move towards this other person. I do feel like this could be the person, you know, someone in the future that you're going to meet. Overall, let's look at your side. You know, I do see these cards. These cards jumped out at me. These cards, you know, these three cards are what really jumped out at me. Okay. And so a lot of the time when the Ten of Swords comes out, you know, this kind of comes out too. When we're going through a hard time, these cards come out. You know, there's a lot of conflict. However, there, you know, with the Five of Swords here, someone's unable to really leave this behind. So you're not fighting with anybody anymore, but someone's not able to really leave this behind yet, and I don't feel like that's you. But you're not feeling stuck or trapped in the situation or your head as much anymore. You still haven't made a decision yet, okay? Not really sure what you haven't made a decision about yet, but there's a decision you need to make, but you haven't made it yet. All right, but you do have the Empress here, And you do have the Six of Pentacles. So I do feel like here, you know, you are wanting growth. You are working on growing. I feel like this is work that you're doing with yourself. Again, you're not trying to work together with someone to grow something. You're just working on growing, you know, your spiritual growth, the growth within yourself. You still haven't lost your generous spirit. You just want things to be equal, okay? You just want an equal give and take, all right? So, you know, I still feel like here you're open to helping people if you can, all right? But I don't see you really going out of your way. They might come back, okay? This person from the past may try to come back, or they're not quite letting go. All right, but I mean, that's just a warning. I don't feel like you're going back. The person you're dealing with though, or this other person's side, again, I feel like there could be a breakup or something like that, and they're just working on finding what makes them happy, resting, recovering, recuperating, you know, to find their happiness, to find some faith, to be renewed, in love probably. But they are getting in control of their emotions, but they're not manifesting anything right now, not trying to manifest anything right now, not trying to move forward. They're just not ready for it. You know, they're just kind of working on their own thing. Could be an Aquarius over here. Doesn't have to be, could be a water sign as well. Pretty much have everybody here. All of the signs are on the table, so, but I'm just telling you, Aquarius is coming up and water's coming up fairly strong on their side. I just see them, I see them working on themselves too. They're not really trying to manifest or create anything new, not really trying to, you know, bring anything in right now. They're just working on their emotions and, you know, healing and resting. So that's why I'm feeling like this isn't the person that from the past, because it doesn't really feel to me like the person from the past had the best of intentions. Sorry, cross watchers. I'm not calling you a bad person. I'm just saying, you know, there was some, not backstabbing, but, you know, sometimes we do that. We're all human. So let's get into your advice. So, Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Mid to end of August. What advice do we have? These always take me a little bit to shuffle because they're so big. And I can't really do like the bridge thing that I do with my other ones. Alright, advice for my Geminis. What do we got? Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Mid to end of August. Not sure if y'all need advice because it sounds like y'all know what you're doing. King of Swords in the reverse. You know. Don't open that communication. There also may be someone that's lying around you, you know, that doesn't really tell the truth. Just letting you know. Work on being ready to take a new start, okay? Not be willing. Be working towards that, okay? To the point where you are ready to start something new. You did have the new start is coming soon. So I do feel like it's closer than you think. Got the Two of Pentacles here, or Two of Coins here in the reverse. Sorry, my nose itches. Ooh. Eight of Wands in the reverse. Again, it's not yet, okay? Change is not coming yet. Something new is not coming yet. All right? I'm seeing it really more as a delay. It's not that it's not coming. It's just there's some work to be done, you know? Strength. Just keep working on building your strength moving forward, which is what you have been doing. You got two again. Again, the Five of Pentacles came out in the reverse. You're already working on that. So, you know, Queen of Pentacles, sorry, something got in my eye. Queen of Pentacles here in the reverse. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. So you weren't abandoned, okay? And I also see here, because the Queen of Pentacles or Queen of Coins is very nurturing. You know, she's the motherly type. You know, I kind of relate her to Mother Nature a little bit, just the earth nature, you know, the earth. But she is very practical as well, so don't forget that. But she's, you know, I just hear like, don't be generous and helpful to people who have abandoned you. But don't feel abandoned either, okay? Because I feel like it was for the best, you know, so you may need to focus on your money right now or finding balance. The Two of Coins is here in the reverse, so, you know, you may need to be working on your money right now. Not really time for anything new to come in or any kind of change to come in. Just work on, you know, your balance, your strength, and being ready for to take a new leap of faith, even though it's not time. King of Swords is either, you know, keep that communication cut, or someone around you may not being very honest or being very open with their communication. So that could just be a warning. I have to throw that out there just from the cards that you had in your general spread. But overall, you know, I feel like for the most part you are doing what you need to be doing. Just keep working on your strength, you know. Don't try and bring in anything new. I don't feel like you are. And just keep working on healing. All right, Gemini, I hope you found some messages here that'll help you through the rest of August, and I'll see you next time.